It's the Laugh Smartly Show. Yes, again. Biff Lucky and Mr. Fun are ready. Supposedly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Laugh Smartly with your host, Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun. We're going to try something a little different this week. We're going to start with a joke right out of the gate. Do you have one, Mr. Fun?
Sure. This sad guy, this guy walks into a bar. He's looking really sad. Bartender says, "What's wrong?" And he takes a big huff. He says, I just found out my wife is sleeping with another man. And so I tried to kill myself, but I just don't have the courage. So the bartender says, "Well, don't do that." He said, "Do what I would do. If I found out my wife was sleeping with another man, I'd kill him." So the guy gets up and leaves. And the bartender says, "I wonder what that was all about." He comes back in about 2 hours later with a big smile on his face. And the bartender thinks, "Oh my God, did you kill somebody?" And he goes, "Nope, I just slept with your wife."
What?
Okay.
Wait. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
See, so he didn't have the courage.
Yes.
Right. And the guy said, if I found out,
Right.
I would kill him.
Yeah.
So he slept with his wife. So that
I don't think you guys drank enough margaritas before
Right, that could be it.
We had
get us
talked about
going
that.
out of the gate.
Yeah, we had talked about that. So before we move on any further after that opening salvo.
I could do another one.
Mr.
Should I
Fun.
just do it?
Yeah,
You
why
cut
not?
that one out?
Why not? No, I'm not going to cut it out.
All right. Let's see. My wife told me it really bothered her that I was getting fat. So I said, "What do you want me to do?" And she said, "I want you to walk 5 miles a day." So I said, "Okay, I'll walk 5 miles a day." So I walked 5 miles a day for 120 days. And I said, do I look better now? And she goes, "I don't know. You're 600 miles away." No?
That's good. I think that's good.
All right.
I think that's good.
Sounds good.
Was she on FaceTimes looking at you?
I
Mr.
called
Fun?
her. I called her.
Oh, you called her.
I
FaceTime
called her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before moving on, I want to thank our sponsors, Scotty's Vodka, Maryland Made, Maryland Smooth, Tackle Up Bethany Beach for all your performance fishing apparel. Go to tackleupbb.com. Use the code LAUGH15 to get a 15% discount. And finally, because he's been with us from the beginning, Rockfish and the Rivermen. And Rockfish sent a joke in. Do you remember it off the top of your head,
Nope.
Mr. Fun? So
Nope.
we will look that up. But he sent a pretty good joke in.
Yeah.
Previously sent you money, but now he sent me sending a joke in. Speaking of which, I got the $1 challenge. I got $1 sent to me this week.
So you have half as much as me.
I have half as much as
Okay,
you.
got it.
Do you have any
I have
dollars?
zero.
sent to you? You have
I have zero. Nothing.
You've got to start asking for more. Look,
Don't give him anything.
Mr. Fun, send me one of your dollars.
Oh, we
Yeah.
don't share that.
We
do
should
not share
move that dollar around. And just so those that didn't listen to that episode, which was 3 episodes ago, it was based on the fact that just if you went out to your friends or your group, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, and asked for $1, how many dollars would you keep?
No explanation. Just please send me $1.
Please send me $1. And so part of that discussion, Mr. Fun's gotten $2 and I've gotten $1.
The fun, they're just rolling in right now. They're rolling in. I appreciate everybody. I love the love.
Yeah.
I'm going to see a bunch of our friends in a couple of days. I'm hoping they all have dollars in their pocket and they give it to me.
No.
See
They
them.
have to send it to you. They have to send it to you via
I'll take it,
PayPal or
Jan.
Zelle.
I hand it up.
All right.
So I was playing golf this afternoon, and Jeff B. of Dagsboro, who's a loyal listener now, came up to me just with a smile on his face and just went White Clawing.
Oh, White Claw it.
Because he listens to the show. One of the first listeners we get when I release the podcast at 5 a.m.
Yes.
He listens to it right after.
It's a new term meaning self-pleasure while drinking, right?
Again, we had the debate last week.
Yes.
Does it have to be with a White Claw?
Well, you wanted to know whether they had to be Caucasian or not.
No, I
I
said
think
if
it's
it wasn't
drinking.
with a White Claw drink, it sounds like something only a Caucasian would do.
No, here it is. The White Claw is an alcoholic beverage, so that's just a generic term for we'll call it for any alcoholic beverage.
I tried to explain that to Biff. I tried to explain it to Biff.
Okay, I just want to make sure I understand the rules. I want to understand the rules that you break all the time.
I know.
Mr. Fun.
All right.
Okay. What else did we hear from last week, Lucky?
Okay, so we talked about the flock, the license plate reading cameras last week.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about us and our news reporting, but when we break a story, it's like proliferates throughout the mainstream media. Like I couldn't go anywhere this week without seeing a story about the flock cameras or the deflocking campaign.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys notice that?
It was the next day after we recorded it. It was everywhere that I started reading about it, which I did laugh when I wrote the headline, "Flock me, no flock you."
It's funny.
That was a pretty good line, I thought.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I saw an article today where there's a guy, I think he's in Florida, and there's a flock camera where he lives. And what he did was he got a lawn chair with a pool skimmer, with had a long pole on it, and basically sat in the chair and used the pole skimmer to block the flock reader. And the police said it's okay that he's doing that.
Meaning, so when a car was driving by, he'd hold up the pole skimmer and block the camera.
Yeah. Who is this? This is a person with much too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Well, it's somebody who's a big fan of the deflock, effort movement, because he doesn't want anybody reading his license plate or anybody.
What's the hope that someday they'll take down the camera because of the guy with the pool skinner?
I've read another article. People are destroying these things in a pretty brisk pace. So, people are unhappy. Some
I don't want to encourage
that.
Yeah, I don't want to encourage that, but it's probably a better method than the pool skimmer.
What?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're going to destroy, you're going to destroy. If you're going to stand there for a few hours a day with a pool skimmer, you're just a loser. Yeah. Sorry. He's probably a very nice man.
So,
very nice, paranoid man.
Another quick one. Biff mentioned that he was all happy because he saw a whale. Did you have a whale sighting, Biff?
No, it was passed along. It was a video that was sent North Bethany Beach. There was a group of dolphins, and then shortly thereafter, there was a whale that breached, like it was coming up and feeding fish or what have you.
Right.
And so it was sent around. It was confirmed that the whale was offshore, but people before it was confirmed immediately shot back, "It's AI."
Oh,
nobody believed it was the whale.
You know for a fact it was a whale?
No, I believe the person that told me. It was by a number of people that saw it.
Yeah.
But those that weren't in town said, "Well, that's AI."
Yeah, that's a problem with AI.
And then another guy said, who was a pilot that takes boats up the Delaware Bay, ships.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, the water's not deep enough." Like, how do you know the water's not deep enough 100 yards offshore?
Right.
Because a whale needs 30 feet, apparently.
Who knew?
And, but it was cool. It was, we, Lucky and I were on our Alaska trip and saw whales, breaching and all that. It's cool.
That whale had got circumcised. They sent out 4 skin divers. 4 skin divers.
Well, no, I am on assignment this week. I am not in the Delmarva. I'm not on the mainland in Maryland. I'm in Maine this week, and I am in the capital. There's probably whale watching is like a dime a dozen here in Bar Harbor, Maine. So you saw your one. There's I saw a ship of 150 people going out to watch whales this evening when we went out to dinner. So,
but you have not seen a whale.
We have not. No, we haven't gone whale watching here. No.
Did you take your underwear off in a sign of unity with the whales so you could free willy?
No, I did not free willy.
No.
What is
So the part, and I'll give you a little bit of a story in a bit about my trip up here, but we are driving home tomorrow with a truck full of stuff, 2 dogs, a 13-hour trip. And I was just doing some reading about what's going on around, any traffic things going on between here and Maryland. And there was a story about there was a truck in Rhode Island that basically crashed. A tractor trailer was carrying thousands of pounds of squid that got basically spewed all over the road. It basically jacked up traffic for a ton of time. So I'm going to be watching out for the squid on the way home. So.
Okay, since we've talked about whales, and last week we talked about a murder of crows, which is a group of crows.
Yep.
I'm going to go off on a slight tangent here because I got a list of different animals, and I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want me to give you what it is first, and then you say what animal it is, or you want me to animal?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have a better chance of that.
Okay.
Are we rotating or we're competing? What are we doing?
You can just scoot them out there.
All right.
So I'm just going to start with whales. A group of whales is a pod. So
I knew that. I was going to guess that.
Okay, that was whales. Okay. What is a colony?
Ants.
Ants. That is good. Okay.
Yep.
What is a cackle?
A cackle of geese.
Nope. Any chance? What?
Cackle of...
It's going to make sense when I say it. Hyenas.
Oh,
is a cackle.
I get it.
There seems to be sort of a homosexual theme on some of these. What is a flamboyance?
Oh, flamingos.
There you got it.
Oh, yes.
What a shock you got.
I know that. That's my specialty.
Yes.
What is a convocation?
That's where nuns belong.
That's okay. Close.
No.
It's a
penguin.
Nope. Velociraptor. Are we best friends? No, that is a eagles.
Eagles are what?
A convocation.
Convocation.
Okay. What is a tower?
A tower is that's a group of giraffes.
Got it.
No way.
You got it.
What?
Tower. That's really good. Now, I'll do one more. I'll do one more here just so we can, what is a leap?
A leap. That's a,
Leopards.
Got it.
Oh,
got
nice.
it. Very good. So I'll keep this list. We should bring this out. It's a great list.
Keep the list. My dad, I remember the last time I spoke to my dad, I was playing this game with him and I asked him, I said, where is he went out to try to find a pack of camels and he didn't come back. A pack of camels.
A pack of camels.
There's something there, right?
Well,
Sorry.
That's good. Lucky, you had travel woes you were mentioning?
Okay. All right. So if you're a loyal listener, you remember that I came up to Maine earlier this summer in June. Yeah. And what I did was I drove a truck up with 2 dogs and a truck full of stuff, and I flew home. Okay. Well, we reversed that this time. We flew back up here, and tomorrow we are going to drive the truck home. Okay, with the dogs.
Okay.
American Airlines is one of the few airlines that flies into. We flew into Bangor, Maine. It's a very small airport. It's about an hour and a half-ish to Bar Harbor, Maine, which is where we're staying. My flight was supposed to take off at 2:00 and land at 4:00. I didn't get in until midnight. Okay. Now listen, there were 9 excuses that I collected that were the reason why my plane was 8 hours late.
Okay.
Here they are. The first one. We get a note saying our plane is 30 minutes delayed before we even left the house. We got an automated email. Instead of 2, your flight's going to be at 2:30.
Okay.
We can handle that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're getting, it's 2:00. It's about time to get boarding. They come on and say, hey, we need 10 more minutes because we need our airplane to cool off.
Okay.
It was hot. They need to let the air conditioning run. Okay. Then they said, hey, we're waiting for a new crew. We're going to be delayed for a little bit longer. Then they said, we need to wait for a new plane to come from Indianapolis.
Wow.
Then they said, what? Okay. So then finally we got on the plane. We're sitting there for 20 minutes before we left the gate. Okay. We started taxiing and so that we're about to take off. We abruptly stopped for 30 minutes. Nobody knows what's going on. Pilot comes on and says, hey, we may need to take a different route. So we're recalculating if we have enough fuel or not. Okay. That took about 20 minutes. They apparently needed more fuel. So we taxied back to the gate. They fueled up, which was another 45 minutes. We start to progress to take off. They stopped again, 10-minute delay on the tarmac for traffic management. It was the worst flight that I've ever had, the worst customer service, the worst. It was like they basically lied to us about what was going on along the basically the 8 hours of delays that we had.
Were you showing your displeasure?
So Mrs. Lucky went to the customer service, American Airlines, and said, hey, what's going on here? They said, okay, for your pain and suffering, here's a $12 meal voucher for the airport.
Yep.
I'm like, you can't get anything in the airport for $12.
Maybe a cookie.
Cookie. Okay, you've flown enough, Lucky. What do you think the real issue was?
I have no idea.
Was it because was your plane full? Or was there another flight that canceled? No. They're trying to wedge people onto it?
So I happened to chat up one of the co-pilots of our flight before we actually got on the plane.
From the first crew or the second crew? For the first crew,
whatever
or the second?
crew. Whatever crew was it. And he did spill the beans for American Airlines. He said that DCA, Ronald Reagan Airport, overbooks. They have too many flights coming in for such a small airport. And anytime, anywhere in the country that a plane's coming in to DCA, or something happens on the ground at DCA, or the president decides to, go somewhere and they got to clear airspace, it messes up every flight for that day. Everything, it's a cascade of issues. I think that is, there was probably 3 or 4 things that started it off at the beginning of the day, and all of a sudden everything was haywire. So,
wow.
Yeah. Okay. So and I heard it. Go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead.
I was suing American Airlines for losing a small piece of my luggage, but it turned out I lost that case.
You did lose that case.
Yeah.
I heard this one. We're sitting in the airport, we're probably 6 or 7 excuses in, and another plane was delayed because it had too much fuel and they had to defuel. I'm like, what's going on here? So I'm not a big fan of American Airlines these days. It was the worst experience, like I said, I've ever had. And, I'm probably not going to do AA again.
Wow.
AA. Speaking of AA, which is a good segue.
Yeah, very
like this into the non-alcoholic drink segment that we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
So did you use your $12 voucher for a drink? And if you did, would you have bought a non-alcoholic or an alcoholic drink if you did?
At that point,
I used my $12 voucher. I went to the newsstand and got a Snickers bar. It's like a $4 Snickers bar. So I was like, all right, I have $8 left on it, right?
Yeah.
I read the fine print. You're only allowed to use it once. I forfeited the other $8. I'm sitting there. I was so pissed.
Wow. Not a good day.
So that's
anyway,
good.
So when I did get on the plane, I did have a drink. But to your point about non-alcoholic drinks, have you guys heard of RK, that company?
Nope.
Did we ever talk about this? So RK, they claim to be, they're a pioneer in alcohol-free spirits. They have non-alcoholic whiskey, vodka, gin, rum, tequila, brandy. And I was thinking to myself, and this company's been in business since 2011, but I'm thinking to myself, what is non-alcoholic vodka? What is that?
Well, what alcoholic drink do you drink because you enjoy the taste? Besides beer? Is there one that you drink?
There's no,
maybe a margarita.
I don't drink any alcohol straight. I drink most alcohol, hard alcohol with something in it. A margarita with the,
I see.
The sour mix.
Yeah. There's no alcohol that I don't know. Non-alcoholic whiskey, bourbon.
But a bourbon has a distinct taste.
But so if it tasted like that,
if you wanted a mocktail that was an old fashioned,
to
get that, you'd have to have a non-alcoholic bourbon.
Yeah.
Right? Or a whiskey or something like that.
Yeah.
For a Manhattan.
Yeah.
If you like those sorts of things.
But this company is going gangbusters. They are, cause, people are drinking less. You have like the weed stuff that's sort of, taking over for recreational, consumption or whatever. But I just don't get drinking non-alcohol alcohol. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
So I will, as I've been called zebra striping, is that what it is when I drink non-alcoholic beer?
Yes.
Right. So I have started, because then
it's called a lot of things, but we'll get
that's it.
Yes.
So I remember a guy that was a car dealer that I knew in Atlanta who had stopped drinking years ago, but when he would go out, he would drink club soda with bitters.
Okay.
Bitters goes in an old fashioned and other drinks because it must remind him of drinking alcohol. So I've been ordering club soda with bitters because it has sort of an alcohol taste to it.
Okay.
So I don't drink it as fast.
Okay.
And it makes me feel like I'm drinking alcohol.
Okay.
When I'm not.
Right.
So I get it. I get why people do it. It has aromatics and all this other stuff. You're looking at me like,
because it's just interesting. I would just drink a club soda.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I've done that on occasion, but rarely, but on occasion.
But it's, to me, it just gives you the feeling like you're having a drink.
Yeah. So one of RK's angles is they have this stuff, they call it warm technology.
Right.
It's basically what they're going for is the sensory experience. So sometimes when you drink alcohol, it's like warm going down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's their tech. So they're not going for taste. they're going for how it makes you feel. Okay. And apparently it's taking off. People like the sensation of having a warm sensation going down there, down into their stomach or whatever.
They invented this stuff for, people who were struggling with alcoholism who wanted to become lawyers because when they drank, they couldn't pass the bar.
Jeez.
They'd have to go into it.
Here's my next segue though. So he said it's warm going down, but it's warm coming out like pee. You know what they're doing?
All right.
Just for fun. They are cooling data centers with pee.
You love the transition.
I love the transition.
You love the transition. You're all about transitioning.
Yes, I am all about transitioning. That's very funny. So, I find this to be unbelievable. Lucky, what is the pee cooling data center?
The company Liquid Death, who makes basically water in a can.
Yeah.
And there's another company called Garage Beer, and Jason Kelsey have come together and they formed. There's this new environmental initiative where they are collecting people's pee. And what they want to do is they have these collectible, sealable pee mugs. And instead of you peeing in the toilet, they want people to pee in these sealable mugs.
And they collect them. Will they pay me?
That?
Will they pay me?
No. I think it's just a donation. But basically they're collecting all, and they're going to use the donated pee to basically keep the servers cool in data centers.
Why pee?
Because it's just there. It's like a free liquid.
It doesn't have to be clean liquid. It can just be pee, right? It's just It's just a liquid that's got no other use. Now, here's a question. So when you pee in your house, it goes down. It goes like our house here segregates the clear liquid like dishwashing soap and other stuff in pee versus poop that goes into a septic system.
Okay. I'm just learning something every day.
When you pee, does your pee go to a sanitation, a water water filtration plant? What do they call it? Where the water sanitation plant is? Do they clean that and put that back in drinking water?
I don't know. I tell people it goes to the ocean. I tell people it goes to the ocean. I have no idea where my pee goes.
No, I guess my point is that couldn't they just go to some place and say, well, just give us your effluent water, which is the stuff that has pee in it?
Is that what effluent means?
I believe so. I can look it up.
Another word. I thought that meant you were influential.
No, it doesn't mean you're rich.
Okay, got it.
I think it's the novelty of it, of people wanting to do their small part as opposed to just peeing in the toilet and assume it goes somewhere.
Would you ever go, hey, honey, pee in this mug and set it aside so we can give it to Jason Kelsey and company to pick it up? Would you ever do that?
There's a lot of controversy with these data centers, and people are pissed about them, literally and figuratively.
Pissed about. Did you ever get caught peeing in a pool? I did. I got caught by the lifeguard, but I probably should not have been standing on the diving board when I was doing it.
No, there is controversy about the data centers. I agree with you on that. And I was talking to somebody from Northern Virginia, Loudoun County this week, who's very upset about it, about their electricity bills have gone up so much. The noise, the brownouts and all that stuff with power.
Right.
Brownout. Sort of.
Right. I don't know. I'm with you. Not everything has to be a joke, right? That's what my wife tells me. Not everything has to be a joke.
But anyways, that is still a major issue in this country, the data centers. But the pee thing for the data centers just seems odd.
It does.
So big news this week came out of State College. Penn State University in the cocaine ring. They're run by a 24-year-old.
What's his nickname?
His nickname, well, his real name, let's go real name first, is Agostino Abatiello, 24.
Oh, right? He's 24. He looks very nerdy.
But he's known because one of the things he was doing with cocaine was having pledges sell the cocaine or traffic the cocaine at Penn State.
Wow.
But his nickname is Pablo Pledgescobar, which is a great name.
Yeah.
For a guy that...
And he thought he wasn't going to get caught.
I don't know how. He's running through two off-campus fraternities, Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi.
Okay.
At Penn State, but not associated with the university.
Right. That's how they do it there.
That's how they're doing it there. Well, he's from Long Island. He had another guy, Thomas Robinson. And Thomas Robinson's father somehow was involved with this too. He's aiding and abetting somehow. But they are 13 defendants selling large quantities of cocaine that came out of Philadelphia and New York.
So we're all Maryland fans, and if you've grown up being a Maryland fan, you don't like Penn State predominantly because of the football relationship that we have had. I think we've beaten them one time. They beat us a bunch of times. But what is going on up there? Like, they have so many controversies up at Penn State. Pedophile, you know.
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to defend them.
These are major things.
Well, it's a think about Penn State. It's a huge university, right? And it's anything that's that size is bound to have some people that aren't going to do great things, right? Whatever it might be. I will grant you the Joe Paterno controversy. What was the guy's name?
Sandusky.
Yeah,
right.
Sandusky was there, right? So that's a bad thing for sure. But some of these things are going to happen. But the other thing is, there's nothing else to do in State College, Pennsylvania. There's nothing around there.
Yeah,
I think some of it just comes where they're isolated.
It'll be a great whiteout when they
whiteout
play
game.
That. Yeah. Hey, I was offered cocaine at our fraternity, but that's where I drew the line. That's where I drew the line. I don't like making jokes about cocaine. I don't like making them, but a good one-liner will make me snort every once in a while.
Okay.
Sorry.
Here's my theory on this story. Because it's so big. Whenever there's a fraternity involved, the non-fraternity people want to run for the fraternities through the mud.
Yeah.
So you know how many cocaine controversies there are across the country? A lot. Okay. Right. This is not the only mini ring that was broken up, but they love to focus in on the fraternities and think, this is systemic, but again, I think it's an isolated incident of some bad apples that, happen to be going to Penn State and happen to be in fraternities. So
it also sounded like a bit like, multi-level marketing, like Amway, things like that.
Yeah.
So, because one co-defendant told investigators he purchased over $50,000 worth of the drug to then distribute.
Wow.
So he was wholesaling it to these other guys who were then selling it. So,
well, at least he'll get an A in his marketing class, right?
Business school. Yeah, he's at the business school. He might do well. Good for that. But it is when you see the photos of them too. And of course they take, which to Lucky's point, like the stereotypical wearing the blue blazer and the tie photo. But also when they got arrested, they were wearing suits.
Really?
Yeah. You see these photos, how like mugshots are really bad. Yeah, but you see this kid, Pablo Pledgescobar, he just got this deer in the headlights look. But then the father of the one kid, he's got a suit on too. I'm just like, where do these?
I think they're like mafia or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it's probably involved somehow.
Crazy.
The mafia.
Crazy.
Right, so, anyways, Lucky's right. It is a chance because it's salacious and they like, what else, Luck?
So there's been a lot of news about Burger King recently, and I caught my eye again. We talked, a couple weeks ago or month or so ago about the demise of Five Guys. We've talked about, I think two weeks ago about McDonald's and their value meal and how the McDonald's sales have been going down. But who's kicking their butt is Burger King, which for me, like I've never been a Burger King fan, but it's crazy to see what Burger King is doing to close the gap in the burger wars against McDonald's and Wendy's. So I don't know if you guys have followed this, but so one of the big cool things that Burger King now does is that they have a phone number published that you can call the president of the company and expect to pick up a call or get a call back or get a response back. So the president of the company, Tom Curtis, he announced in February he'll take phone calls and let customers give them feedback on what's going on. So like he says in May, he personally took 1,800 calls, and was in the mix with 70,000 customer communications, which I think is pretty cool.
But this is on the heels of the Whopper, right?
I heard it's good. I heard the Whopper is really good now.
That's the thing.
Whopper
right?
Whopper has a new ingredients. They have a new bun, reformulated mayonnaise, and a different kind of box that they deliver the burger in, as opposed to the paper, which it used to be. And basically 20% increase in sales since they revamped their burger in February.
I wonder how much do you ever do Grubhub?
I never do. Kids do.
Do you do Grubhub, Luck? Because you can get fast food through Grubhub, right? Imagine that's part of their calculus, right? I gotta imagine.
Well, I think the box is a little bit more like higher end than the paper.
Yeah.
I think and so you get some perceived more value from your burger purchase in a box than wrapped in paper.
Yeah. It also expanded quite a bit in the Middle East, and they serve it, the people wear traditional garb. It's called Burger King. Burger King.
Burger.
It's Burger King.
Your New Jersey came out. Burka. burger.
The people know. The people know what I'm saying.
But between Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King, what's the one you've eaten at last?
McDonald's.
Wait, last? Definitely
of the burger.
Yeah, definitely McDonald's. They're just more
McDonald's
of
burger. Put aside the breakfast, not breakfast. Just
but there's more of that. I don't, living here in Delaware, I don't know where there's burger.
I don't know where there's a Burger King. Yeah, that's a shame. Because I'd like to try that Whopper. I really would.
But there's 3 McDonald's I'm aware of. Speaking of paper, so remember, we're old enough now that remember when burgers came in styrofoam?
Yes.
And then, ironically, they went to boxes, right? I think the next one after styrofoam containers was a box. But now you go to McDonald's and a Big Mac comes in paper, right? I think that's true.
No, it comes in a box.
Does it come in a box?
You ever have a fillet of fish?
I have. Been a long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't have one of those, I don't think.
Why?
What about a McRib?
I've had them.
Yeah.
I find them odd. I think because they become cult-like.
Yeah.
Because they don't offer it all the time, McRib.
Right.
But I just find it's reconstituted pork.
You get the green shake. What's that thing called?
Shamrock shake.
You get those. I bet you got those.
I don't recall that I have.
No? Okay.
I do like have a shake, but as we've talked about, the shake machines are broken all the time.
That's what they say. I go with the same thing every time. I love getting a double cheeseburger meal from McDonald's. Fries, Diet Coke.
When I drive past a Burger King, I'm not a big fast food person, but I'm going to try the new Whopper.
I am too.
I will
get two. Get them in a box so they'll last longer.
Mr. Fun and I had breakfast yesterday. We got a shout out to our server, Vanessa.
She's very nice.
And she also works at Parkway in Bethany
She's
Beach.
double dipping. She's got 2 jobs.
But she's a new listener to the show. She said she'd listen in. She told some jokes which we cannot tell.
They were crazy racial jokes. Yeah. Even for me.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm Mexican. Do you have any Mexican jokes? So I let her have it. A few Mexican jokes that again can't be repeated on. She enjoyed them.
Speaking of a woman, okay, I'm a big Guinness Book of World Records. Okay, I'm going to quiz you guys on this. So, United Arab Emirates woman recently broke the Guinness World Record.
An Emirati.
Yes, she's 29 years old. She broke the world record for the amount of words, the number of words she could write on a sticky note. And how many words do you think you could write on a sticky
680?
note?
680? Wait. So just because for those that can see me, you're talking about a note this size.
680.
A Post-it note, which has got
Post-it note. Yep.
It's going to be
by 2 inches.
It's going to be something crazy. It's going to be like thousands. But
the idea is it on a single side, Lucky, or 2 sides?
I think it's on one side. The picture that I saw was one side. How many do you think she could write?
You said 680?
Yeah, it's going to be like 14,000. It's going to be something stupid.
I'm going to say 1,200.
Wow. So her goal was to make sure they were legible. She set the world record 150 words on a sticky note.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You don't think you could write 150 words on a sticky note?
I'm going to do it tonight.
But how many, could you just write 50 3-letter words?
Oh, they're words, not letters.
Words.
Right?
Yeah. Words.
So the word could be I, am, I.
Yeah. Cat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
They were mostly 3-letter words.
She's writing in Farsi.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Was it in English?
Yes, it was.
I wrote an erotic book on sticky notes, and I sent it to the publisher, and then he really enjoyed it. He sent it back in hard copy.
So stupid. That is so. I enjoyed it because you had such high hopes for that.
I did. It's so funny in my head. Every joke I've told tonight is like worthy of its own HBO special in my head. And they're awful. I'm way off tonight. I want to apologize. I'm way off.
You're on. You sound pretty good to me.
Okay, so this should be our homework assignment. Right? So, no, we can do it.
Right.
And it's got to be, I think it's got to be, do you allow 1, 2, and 3-letter words?
I need a really sharp pen.
Okay. You can write any letter word.
Why would I just write A and Ah over and over?
It's got to be different words.
Oh.
It's got to be different words.
Yeah.
So see how many you can write on a Post-it note.
English isn't my strong suit. I'm going to have 16 words.
You even know 3-letter words.
I know, but I'll run out after cat, bat, and mat.
Contact at lastmarley.com. We'd love to hear how many, if anybody can get anywhere close to 150.
And that's a challenge. And if they could, I got to think about it. How could they get us that? If they, for those that know us, send us a picture of it.
You got to realize it's a world record. There's no way any of us are getting close.
It's 150 just seems remarkably
I think
low.
You should start by writing 150 words.
Okay. I can write 150 words.
And then try to squeeze them onto that.
Okay.
And they have to be legible.
It have to be legible. I think I think I can get to 100.
Well, then do 151 instead of
I think I can do 100. I think I can get to 100 words.
No, you can do 151.
No, the next thing you do, you write 150 words on there. You're going to go big time on us. You're going to leave the show. It's going to be just Mr. Fun and I try to carry the weight. What are we going to do? We'll break the record.
Okay. We're not going to break records.
Go to 149 and call it a day.
All right. But again,
send me a hard copy.
So again, contact laughsmartly.com for anybody that feels they can get over 100 words onto a post.
Yes.
So do that. Speaking of breaking things, another segue. LinkedIn has a policy where you're not allowed to use it to solicit dating.
Right.
But what's happened is that people are tired of the dating websites. So they're sending direct messages to people once they see their profiles because they're accurate, right? Because you're trying to, a lot of LinkedIn's a lot of business network. Yeah, and it's probably got your most accurate information. So they will send a note to somebody to say, hey, I see you're in New York City. Would you like to go have a drink?
It's like the opposite of every other dating site. It's like beautiful women probably send notes to like nerdy IT guys and those guys ignore them.
Right.
Yeah. It's the opposite of what the real,
right. So and now LinkedIn has a quote unquote policy that says that you're not supposed to use it to solicit other, for dates.
Just do interviews.
But it's worked. So people have matched up.
Yeah. LinkedIn is the biggest self-promotion vehicle out there today. And, if you want to promote yourself, and I mean, I think that, versus like in some of the dating sites, sort of hard to promote yourself. You got your static profile. But I mean, the fact that you can post every other day about your meaningless career milestone that you had a great meeting with a cousin, you know what I mean? It's just, LinkedIn has gone so sideways in terms of what it really was intended to do. And the fact that it's now a dating site, it gives, I don't know.
Because you could do like daily newsletters and stuff. Like it's a lot now, right?
But when I was in the workforce, put aside my career as a podcaster / radio host.
Right.
When I saw my employees posting 3 and 4 times a day, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Are they not working?
Right.
But now that's sort of common, which I don't get. So
there was this guy I remember on LinkedIn. He was like, don't ever be a slave to your job. I think his name was Abraham Lincoln. Again, beautiful in my head. Beautiful. Pulitzer Prize winning in my head.
That's actually that's good.
Abraham Lincoln.
It's good. It's very topical. At least it's with the story.
But sometimes when you come back,
I'm surprised you haven't told us a joke about cocaine again, which was 3 stories ago.
I was going to say, when's it going to snow in Penn State? There was something coming at me, but I just decided to let it go.
Okay. I saw this story that was, it was sort of mind boggling. Okay. Harvard Medical School. Okay. One of the most renowned medical schools in the world. Basically they agreed to a $53 million settlement to resolve multiple civil class action lawsuits. They were basically found guilty of severe negligence after its former morgue manager spent 4 years stealing and trafficking human body parts from donated cadavers. Okay. From 2018 to 2022, this guy, his name was Cedric Lodge, used his 28-year career as the manager of the morgue to basically sell these parts, dissected heads, faces, brains and hearts, skins and bone, organs and hands. And basically, I'm thinking, who is buying this stuff? Number one, you can see that if there's an angle and he's an enterprising person and there's, somebody to pay for these things, I can see why he was doing what he was doing.
So is it your sense these are not transplantable, meaning it's not an organ that could go into a living body. These are long past that point. So he's telling.
I don't.
Yeah, what?
I mean,
who would buy stuff?
When I first heard this, I was shocked, and because I was taken aback.
You're taken aback.
So, taken aback.
I guess I'm like taken aback.
So it's a body part. It's a body part. You're back. I was taking one.
I got it. I got it. I'm just like, wow, that's a reach.
So you asked who's buying these parts. So here are the three categories of people where these parts were moving to. He would allow online buyers to physically enter the Harvard Medical School morgue to handpick the body parts they wanted to purchase. So some dude would roll out with a face or a heart or lungs or whatever. Yep. So the guy who got convicted, he and his wife would ship them out to people, package them up in their Pennsylvania house or in their house and sending them across state lines.
They would type what body part they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, people would sell them. Yeah,
if you couldn't spell it, could you buy a bowel?
Buy a bowel, pretty good. So this one, wait a minute. This retail sales. Some buyers, such as Katrina McLean, stored and sold the human remains directly out of a commercial oddity shop. It was named Cat's Creepy Creations in Salem, Massachusetts. She would just buy the stuff from the morgue and sell it in her store.
Have you ever been to a store where you've seen a human body part, say in formaldehyde or anything like that?
Let me think.
No, I mean maybe you've seen like an old.
Where are we shopping?
An insect or but I'm just so this is in Salem where the witch trials are, so I'm sure that plays into that whole thing.
I see what you said.
But I'm just wondering where you like if somebody's.
I saw it at Bath and Body Works. There were some parts.
That's good. That's good. You're very good. You're creative.
Thank you.
You're on
so stupid today.
You're on a roll. I just find it that part of me was saying, not a body part of me.
Right.
Part of me was thinking, would students need it if they're medical students, right? And they need to learn how to stitch up something.
Yeah.
If they got a body part.
Yeah.
But that's what the cadavers are for, right?
Yeah, so he was selling that inventory of things that students would use. I guess he wasn't selling so much that people were like, the students who were studying how to dissect hearts. There were enough hearts to go around. So, but the guy eventually got caught.
Giving him a hand, a foot up,
a leg up,
not a foot up,
a leg up. There we go.
Oh, you're so dumb.
All right. So on a related note, a provocative question.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say it to you guys again because I tried to explain it before the show and you were struggling with it. I will admit,
very confused.
Ricky Gervais. So you have two options,
right?
You've got to do the first action or the second action. The first action is: would you trade your toes and your fingers, right, for each other, or the other choice is: would you trade your testicles for your nipples? Which choice?
One or the other.
One or the other. Which one would you do and why? Okay.
So this is pretty easy for me. I'm switching fingers and toes. I don't want my balls hanging from my boobs. Right?
Yeah.
Initially, I would agree with you. But I wouldn't mind my balls being a little bit easier to access.
Why? What are you going to do your balls? So when you fall asleep on the couch, you can put your hand on your chest?
Right. Why would anybody want that? How weird would you look with balls on your chest? Like, you look kind of weird with fingers and nipples if not fingers and nipples.
Fingers and toes.
Now here's the thing.
I thought when you asked this thing that I had to give up.
No, but
I had to slice off my fingers to keep my testicles.
The big issue between choosing between the two, especially
the fingers, very obvious.
No, the fingers and the toes, though. So then your fingers are then these nubs,
right?
What can you do with these little nubs? Which
you don't need them. You pick up everything with your feet.
Yeah,
of course. You're like a monkey.
Well, it doesn't mean that your arms have changed and your legs changed. They still have the same whatever movement, but now you've got little toes on your fingers.
And my toes are a lot less attractive than my fingers.
Right.
Like my toes are all banged up from years of, wearing flip-flops.
You're not going to look good either way.
But
this is not about a beauty pageant. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. But what it's more about what would be the easier way to live.
Yeah. Fingers and toes.
Fingers. Do you think that, so you're going to be able to dial up your jokes with your toe nubs on your phone?
I've seen people do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just, if I had to, easiest way to live, I would take the balls on my chest, my boobs, and just never take my shirt off.
You would do that?
People would say, what are those weird things, hanging out from your chest?
What about when you get naked? Okay, and your wife is like, you have the strangest looking nipple-like testicles, right?
And I'll have to explain that I had to pick.
I had to pick. Biff made me.
I made you.
Well, here I can shake your hand and I'll give you. Look at my lovely fingers; they're nice. I'm sorry, I got these dangly things on my chest.
Me personally, I would switch toes and fingers. Now, all that said, that's probably what I would do.
Of course,
I think that's what I would do.
Of course.
So it got into discussion over the weekend about a story we did a while ago, which was on a related note. Remember the guy that shot the other guy in the car, the guy that had no arms? It was the corner chef. I wonder what happened to him. We should follow up. We should do a follow up on that, Lucky, to see.
I have not seen that case come.
He was extradited from Virginia to Maryland, right? Because he shot the guy in Maryland in his car. Again, let's remind ourselves, he had stubs, right?
Right.
For arms when he would throw the cornhole bag.
Yeah, he was a cornhole champion.
But again, he still shot a guy with the nubs
after beating him up.
Yeah. How does he not knock the gun out?
I don't know if I'd be more embarrassed about being beat up by him or losing in cornhole to him.
I know.
Yeah. No arms, no legs.
It's crazy. All right. You have hit us with a lot of jokes, Mr. Klein. Do you have one to bring us home?
What's the square root of 69? It's 8 something.
Jeez.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Does that save me?
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
That's good.
What's the square root of 69? 8 something.
All right. Well, Lucky already shared it. Contact at laughsmartly.com. A lot to feedback on from this episode.
To digest.
People are listening, and again, White Clawing, hashtag White Clawing is in the vernacular here.
Yeah.
So on other things, again, tell us how many words you can fit onto a Post-it note.
Yeah.
That's our latest
We're
thing.
not promoting White Clawing and listening to our show, are we?
Whatever it takes to get listeners.
I could talk dirty if it helps.
Yeah. Anything for ratings,
right?
Yeah, that's the OnlyFans model.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing here.
I have fingers as toes, and I can show you them.
All right,
let me show you my ball boob.
Let me take my shirt off, ladies.
Everybody, please, again, whether you're listening to the podcast or watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're listening. Some are listening on WGMD's 98.5 Talk of Delmarva, which Rockfish did.
Oh,
the Northern Neck.
Nice.
He was having issue, and he listened to the radio show.
Great.
Which is great. You can listen to it online.
One of millions.
wusx.stream. So do that as well. So, again, great to see you guys. Fun times. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we will look forward to doing it again next week. Until then, let me say thank you and goodbye.
Laugh Smartly is a production of Laugh Smartly Industries. Please subscribe, like, and share wherever you listen and watch us. And we'd love to hear from you, so email us at contact@laughsmartly.com. Thank you again for listening.